Applebee's was a mainstay in my youth. The crispy chicken Oriental salad is definitely one of Applebee's most popular products. But Chef Brian, isn't the word Oriental racist? Kind of. We need to cancel Applebee's. I'm triggered. Cancel! 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 Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and I am not related to Anthony Fantano. We just both happen to have glasses, bald heads, and a pretty sarcastic, dry nature in general. So Applebee's was a mainstay in my youth. I would definitely say middle school to high school. I definitely have a soft spot for Applebee's, even though I've not dined there for the last 10 years. The crispy chicken Oriental salad is definitely one of Applebee's most popular products. This is not a sponsored video. I went to Applebee's, ordered this anonymously, paid my own money, and picked it up myself. I picked this up about an hour ago, so I will keep that in mind as far as the breading and the condition of the vegetables. They may have wilted down. Let me stop talking and let's just dive right in. So first thing I noticed right away, it has branded utensils, which is a nice touch. Very heavy duty, so I know that when I use it, it's not going to bend or break. Looking at the box, I am very impressed. There are these steam vents allowing the steam to escape, so hopefully that'll keep the chicken nice and crispy. Let's get this open. We have a breadstick. It is room temperature. Let's touch that chicken. Still crispy. It looks like actual chicken, and the way I can tell that, I don't know if it's gonna focus, you can see a little bit of the chicken tendon in that piece right there. I highly doubt it was breaded on location. It was more than likely a frozen product threw into the fryer and warmed up. Crispy noodles. This is definitely a shelf-stable product that they buy in. Here's the dressing. We'll taste that. I'm sure it's a sugar bomb. This is definitely shelf-stable as well. They probably get jugs of it. For an establishment like Applebee's, you want to reduce as much manipulation to the food product so that it comes out much more consistently, thus using pre-made sauces, shelf-stable, crispy noodles for your salad. The vegetables, despite having hot fried chicken on top, have not wilted at all, which is very impressive. Now, with that said, these are very robust vegetables. When I say robust vegetables, they can basically take a beating. You have red cabbage here, romaine lettuce. I see a tiny bit of oxidation, but just barely, so it seems fairly fresh. Top it with the crispy noodle, top it with the crispy chicken and the breadstick, and you're good to go. Sauce is on the side. If I'm recalling correctly, I think at the restaurant, they serve the sauce on the side as well, so you can drizzle on to your specific preference. I want to try the chicken. Let's see if it's dried out as hell. Chicken is nice and crispy. It's not dried out as hell. It's not sans dry. It's okay. It's fine. These crispy noodles, again, they're a shelf-stable product. It's crispy. I expected it to be crispy. This type of crispy noodle product, or even pre-made croutons in a bag that you would get sometimes at a supermarket, they all have preservatives to help retain freshness. How many places do they have to send this product to, making sure it's consistent at every single place? They're making them in huge batches. They're probably sitting in a warehouse for a long time before they actually get onto the truck, before they actually get to the shop, before they get onto the shelf, before it gets to the cook station. You get my point. That shit's old as fuck, but it doesn't taste horrible. The vegetables, like I mentioned, are all good. I'm not seeing anything that's making me want to puke in my mouth. But with that said, everything's holding up, and that's beautiful, but at the same time, I'm like, the fuck did you put in here to make it hold up for so goddamn long? There's lots of dry herbs in there. When I cook, I personally try to use fresh herbs, dried herbs, not to be confused with dried spices. Dried herbs taste old to me, but this is satisfactory. I'll finish this. This is Applebee's we're talking about. You know, I'm not at a Thomas Keller restaurant or at Noma. You know, if they gave this to me at Noma, I may like observe it more closely, trying to figure out like, what's the catch? What artistic view are you trying to push into my little brain that cannot handle the amazing food that you make? I'm gonna drizzle some sauce on there. Oh, There's a ton of fucking corn syrup in this goddamn salad dressing. Look at that. Look at how much it stretches. Oof. Oh, that's all corn syrup right there. So I know this is a sugar bomb. Salad dressing by itself. Oof. I'm sorry, this looks like fucking horse jizz. Oof. It is sweet. It's got great acid. Doesn't make me feel like the sweetness is offensive. There's sesame in there. You know, fucking Asian food. You know, you want to make it more Asian, put soy sauce, bok choy, and fucking sesame oil. Every single goddamn white boy Top Chef contestant did that, thinking that they made their dish more Asian. It's kind of true. So I got a little bit of chicken, romaine, carrot, red cabbage. This fucking ugly salad dressing, but it is delicious. Let's talk a little bit more about this chicken. This chicken is probably more than likely the same chicken for the kids' meals. The chicken tenders with fries and stuff like that. And this dish as a whole is like the perfect example of a term used in restaurants called cross-utilization. Now, what's cross-utilization? Basically, you take a product in your restaurant, for example, this chicken, and you get multiple uses out of it. So for example, the crispy chicken salad, they use the same chicken that they would use for the kids' chicken fingers. There's technically nothing wrong with that. If anything, it's just smart business. So what does that mean when you cross-utilize product? Well, overall, where does a restaurant lose most of its money? In fact, what is the most expensive piece of kitchen equipment in a restaurant? Any guesses? No? No? Well, it's your fucking garbage can, because everything you put into that goddamn garbage can is money down the trash, okay? So the less you throw into that trash can, the more money you will save. So if you can cross-utilize a product, you are more than likely throwing out less product. Let's face it, you buy shredded cheese, you do taco night, you only use half the bag of cheese, you wrap up the other half, put it in your fridge, you forget about it, and guess where it goes? Into the trash. With a restaurant like Applebee's, with such a huge menu, with a huge variety, that's gonna happen a lot if every single ingredient in every dish is unique to that dish. So if you made 2 types of fried crispy chicken for the kids' meal and this particular salad, that's kind of, well, not very efficient. The idea of this dish is a very good business move. It is delicious, but I see what you're doing, Applebee's. You're totally cross-utilizing product. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I see some sliced almonds in here. This salad is $17.99. So after tax, and I did pay, I think like 20% tip, it came out to basically just under $23. Now, when I paid that, I was like, holy shit, $23 for a fucking salad? Now, when I hold this, this is a big portion. Whatever you're trying to achieve with your waistline, you're not gonna achieve it. This fucking dressing by itself is like 10,000 calories. And then, not to mention, you have fried chicken on top. So this whole dish is like 1 billion calories. 10, 12 bites in now, there's something very important happening. I'm getting thirsty. The sweet, the salty is starting to add up with every bite. Now, I wanna take a sip of a beverage. Hopefully for the restaurant, you're taking a sip of soda. Maybe you got a margarita. Maybe you're sipping on a beer. Whatever it is, the point is, it's trying to make you spend more money. Now, with that said, you know, I just don't see someone at the higher ups of the restaurant going, ha 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 ha, add more sugar, add more salt. It will make them buy beers. It's probably more like, you know, if we put a little bit more sugar in there without making it offensive, they may buy another soda or beer, right? It's a business move. This is a fucking money maker. Something like this, $17.99. Okay, what is it? Some vegetables, shelf-stable crispy noodles, pre-cooked frozen fried chicken, pre-made sauce. You're barely spending any money on labor because the guy you hire does not need to be very skilled to produce this dish. Most of the hard work was already done for them in a factory far, far away. Basically what I'm saying is this has a pretty high profit margin. I was on the Applebee's website today and it was pushing $8 burgers. $17.99 salad, $8 burgers. Think about that. Why would Applebee's do that? Ground beef goes bad much quicker than frozen chicken. People love this dish. People go to Applebee's for this dish. 9 out of 10 times, this is gonna get ordered by someone at the table, and it makes them a lot of money. All right, I'm not gonna finish that because I don't wanna ruin my dinner. Let's score this, 1 to 10. 1 being completely horrible, disgusting shit, and 10 being wonderful, great value, I would eat it again, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna give Applebee's Oriental chicken salad, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Guys, if you enjoyed this segment, please like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what dishes you wanna see me review, anything from fast food chains to fast casual to just popular dishes in general that you would like to hear my input on and my professional opinion about. I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I will see you very soon. Shit. I forgot about one thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and that is the word Oriental. Some people get offended by the word Oriental. Well, just to clarify my views on it, I don't give a fuck. And technically, it's a super outdated word. You know, the word Oriental in itself is not racist. I think it was more of the intention of how that word was used back in my grandma's era. So maybe my grandma was offended. Oh wait, she couldn't have been offended because she was too fucking busy working at sweatshops, barely putting her kids through college, and she was too fucking busy to care.